Okay, before we start this video, we're gonna do well-needed maintenance. we're gonna fix the mirror with some giant self-tappers. Clayton's gonna try to fix the mirror.
I'm gonna fix it.
Oh, you pre-used the hole. I wasn't even gonna do that. That's good. I like it. I'll scratch the paint.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite Mark IV. So
It's not my favorite.
it's not your favorite?
No.
Not yet. Wait till we're scraping up all the innards off the dyno. And I gotta pull all that apart to clean up all the mess.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So a couple things we need to discuss first.
We get the mirror back on.
The mirror back on,
Yeah.
as you can see. We need to thank all the Patreons for helping out with the project. There's been more things that I needed to buy than I originally, what's the word I'm trying to say? Originally thought?
Yeah, that works. Anticipated.
Anticipated, yeah. Just with the fueling stuff, we're gonna put a fuel cell in the back, and I kind of weighed out the pros and cons of like trying to use the existing fuel stuff and having to replace the filter, and there was just some additional things. So we really appreciate everybody that's jumped on board, and appreciate everybody purchasing the stickers on the website and the new merch. So now, Clayton, now that I got that out of the way, what were we gonna say?
Maybe we'll end up doing a video about how much this cost you. You're saying anticipated buying stuff.
Yeah. Well, probably I have been keeping track of what's going into this thing, all the little things. So maybe after it's all done, even though a lot of this stuff I had and were borrowing from the odd people, we'll have a kind of a total of what it takes to get to this point. And remember, this is still stock engine, so all the things that we're adding to this list, we're still dealing with the stock long block. So, Clayton, let's get into this. Or should I open the hood?
Yeah, let's show them.
Oh, you got the hood locked.
No, just latched. What's that? Oh,
This is thanks to the Patreons.
the Tim Biebs.
So here, this is hot chocolate. It's the season. It's candy cane hot chocolate.
Ooh, nice.
So what do you say, Clayton?
Thank you for the hot chocolate and the Timbits. The
Exactly.
Tim Biebs.
Tim Biebs. No,
Yeah.
there's regular Timbits.
Oh, are they? Oh, man, I want to try the new ones.
No. Yeah.
Ooh, my favorite.
So I got the pressure plate off, and as we can see, the clutch is pretty toast. Look at it.
Toasty.
Yeah.
Wonder why it didn't work.
Yeah, pretty junky.
It's all junky, Clayton. It's all junky.
Oh, it's going in the bin.
Look at Clayton working. Look at that hoodie.
I always work.
Look at that hoodie.
It's nice. I got.
How's this heap of
It's a heap.
goo
Yeah,
going?
it's a heap. That's for sure.
Actually,
Actually,
coming off, isn't
everything is coming off fairly decent. I know you soaked everything with Publaster.
it? Blaster.
But no, it's pretty good. I mean, I forgot about all this junk that's in the way, but
The endless junk on these 118s.
yeah, it's
endless.
terrible. It's terrible. But look at that.
We thought you needed vacuum lines. We thought you needed vacuum lines on your vacuum lines.
Yeah, Jesus, terrible. But yeah, this is it's not going so bad. It's just working on the floor. Like working in the car on this is a pain enough, but working on the floor isn't that easy either.
Well, let's prop it up and do some more work on it.
Timbit. Birthday cake.
Is it your birthday?
It's not my birthday.
Okay, so here's what we're working with. We got a lot more junk off of it. As you can tell, we're going at this as quickly and as dirty as we can, just to get it done. So, manifolds off. Honestly, Clayton, bolts all came out pretty simple.
Yeah, nothing was bad.
We got all the stupid vacuum lines and nonsense off of it now that we need to replace. Catch can, we'll just probably make out of a pop bottle or something. Clayton said the coolant flange was leaking, so we'll replace that. That looks good in there, the casting. I did say I was going to check the timing belt. Remember that?
Yeah, but really,
So-
are we going to?
Oh yeah, we're gonna check it. This is.
Okay. Yeah, it's still there. Well, we can't. You
Oh,
gotta drop.
no.
You gotta drop it.
You gonna hold that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh no,
Oh, you're holding it.
the crate's holding it actually.
So the time. No, that's fine. Timing belt. Oh man, that's pro. That's mint. So we checked it, right?
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah, it's great.
So we're now going to start putting some more parts on it, or putting the upgraded parts on it, I should say.
Should we add, like, this isn't what you do to customer cars in the lease?
No, this is, obviously they get
don't
it. This
give a
is a
shit
piece
about
of junk. This is garbage. So we're just, there's a mission we have, and we're going to do everything we can to not waste a whole bunch of unnecessary time obsessing about things.
Yeah, like put new exhaust gaskets
Yeah, like
on.
Clayton asked me, what did you ask me?
Are we going to put a new exhaust gasket on? And you said
No, yeah. We're going to put a new one of these on? Hell no. So we're going to start putting the fun parts on now because we're at that time. This is just a random hose clamp?
No, put it there. That's
Okay.
important.
Okay. So now, good parts. GoPro, stop recording.
Just keep.
Okay. GoPro, don't stop recording. GoPro, keep doing what you're doing.
There, done.
Oh, look, and people will love this. This is a T4 flange that has an adapter from T4 to T3, and then we have an adapter again from a T3 to a V-band because that's the turbo we have. So it's going to be adapters on top of adapters.
However, I heard you like adapters, so we put adapters on your adapters.
Exactly. I still think it's all going to fit.
You do need an exhaust gasket for there, though.
Need.
Or you
Yeah.
can do the old trick where you put one
No,
on
there'll
it
be no
like
sealant. No. Okay, so let's get that bolted on.
All right, so we're the sponsors. There is no sponsor. We have no sponsors yet. But what we do have is some swag. We got zip ups. We do have everything from small right up to extra large, I think, double XL. From, like, you know, some fit people right up to the thick boys and girls. So we got the new logo. So this is a new one for us this year. Just got the turbo logo with a little bit of splatter on it. And then on the back, the large CO Motorsports logo. And as you can see, you know, we got them all on. We got the regular pullover, like what I got on. Turbo logo in the front, big logo in the back. Every one of them got this little tag on the bottom too. CO Motorsports on the bottom, adds a little flair. And got no one likes the tuna here on the bottom or on the back. Whoever can figure that out, you know, you'll get it. Some t-shirts, same thing. Turbo logo in the front, big logo in the back. Stickers, we always got stickers, lots of stickers. So make sure you add those on your orders as well. And they were like reflective. Toques. So stay warm, keep your ears warm, keep that, beanies, I guess. We call them toques in Canada. Keep your head warm. You call them beanies, I guess. Same thing, got this little tag on them sewn on, hand sewn on. A little extra care there for you guys. And then we got hats too, regular hats. They're all snapbacks. Check the website for pricing. The best part is all this stuff is ready to go, so we will bag it up and ship it out to you the same day that you order it. Anyway, go check it out and help support the channel, and we appreciate you guys. What you got? What's that? The best V-band clamp ever?
It's time to put the turbo on, yeah.
So, wait. We cleaned up a bunch of stuff. As you can see, a lot of the junk's gone on the side. You can actually see things. Manifold's on. And now, the turbo.
Yeah, I got the...
With the world's best V-band.
I got the oil clamp, or the oil
clamp.
Chummy on there already. Return and feed. This here is definitely the most ghetto clamp ever. No, I want to just see how this fits first. Don't break it. I'm just thinking about, you know, when this has to come off the car because
Something stupid.
it's disintegrated itself and we can put another one on.
This is junk.
I'm aware, I'm working with it.
Okay,
Hey,
live.
look how fancy
It's on.
this is.
Holy frig.
Frig is right.
Hey, let's say frig on YouTube?
I think. Friggin' right, sweetheart.
Friggin' right.
So it's a little high, but whenever if we get to clearance the hood, we get to clearance the hood.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Big hammer, dad's hammer, daddy's hammer.
We got staged. We got staged.
Focus. Fuck.
We got staged adapters.
It looks so terrible.
It does look pretty terrible. So next thing is wastegate, and then it looks like I'm gonna probably have to build an up pipe for that because that flange has a reducer on it, and there's no point in cutting that all off. I would have spare 3-inch pipe. So we'll weld a V-band flange on it and do that once it's in the car.
So what's next? Clutch? Obviously
Clutch is gonna
needs,
go
needs
next.
some sort of clutch.
Put the transmission back on it
Yeah.
and put it in the car.
Well, no,
We got
we gotta hook up the coolant lines. And
Oh yeah,
oil lines.
We got to plug the coolant lines because we're not even running coolant to this thing. We're just going to run the oil lines.
Cool?
It's not. Well, we did secondary air to lead.
Yeah.
We
New flange.
New flange.
In
Just
stock.
had a spare one kicking around.
In stock.
Brand new.
Motorsports,
Yeah.
along with these hoodies. I have one.
Yeah, right there. So we get an oil feed and we swap out the injectors. We do have a different fuel rail that we're putting on it. As I mentioned, we're going to change a bunch of the fueling stuff.
And you said we were going to change the oil?
We're going to change the oil. We checked the time belt already, as you would have seen.
Maintenance.
And just oil, really. So we're almost to the point of getting, we got a couple more things to do to get the clutch on, but it's soon going to be going in the car. Okay, it's another day and we're back on the old 18HoopT, as what everybody seems to want to call it. So that's what it's going to be called from now on, 18HoopT. So today's goal is to get the oil changed, or at least drain the oil out of it, and get the clutch and transmission back on. And we're going to be using, as I mentioned I think already, a twin disc Clutchmaster 725. It's a spare one I have for the drag car, so it only makes sense to use what I have kicking around here instead of spending a bunch more money. Also, I found the wastegate. This was another one off my drag car. It's the Tile 44. And we need to definitely change the springs in this, because I think the base spring pressure I have in this right now is like 25 pounds or something like that. So we definitely don't want to be starting off tuning this thing with a stock engine and that turbo at 25 pounds of boost. So I got a couple things I want to do today. Maybe get the wastegate mounted as well, just to kind of see where things are going to line up, and then we can finally get this thing back in the car. Okay, so one thing to note, you can't use, well you can, as you'll see what I do, but these are the newer style flywheel bolts. Those, if we put all this clutch disc and everything together, those will actually hit on the discs. So these had to be ground down. I do have a set of ARP bolts somewhere here that are flat, and the old style flywheel bolts are flat as well. However, I don't have any of those on the shelf, so I just use what I had, which I know I use on my drag car because we use 6 ARP bolts and then 5 newer style flywheel bolts because they're the only thing that fits. But they had to be ground down or you're going to have problems with it hitting the clutch discs. So I got to get this up in the air a little bit and I'll grind all these down. They come out easy. You don't take all the space out. You're just going to try to make this flush so that they're not going to hit. Okay, I got things cleaned up a little bit. I got the clutch and pressure plate and everything on, torqued down, all the things that needed to happen there. But let's see what this thing has for oil, or even if it has oil. Well, it definitely has oil. I don't see any major bits. No, nothing super surprised. Actually, I thought I felt something there. I did clean this pan out pretty good before I started. Must have been the drain plug I touched. So now we got to obviously change the oil. Well, I'll probably wait to put oil in it until it's back in the car. But the main reason I'm doing this now is I want to get this off so I can put the adapter piece on for our drain line for the turbo, which I got to make. But yeah, that's the main reason I'm doing this now. So I'm going to get my hands cleaned up and let this drain out and start building the return line. This crush washer on the oil drain plug has been through a lifetime of oil changes from the looks of it. And guess what? It's time for it to go through another one. We don't expect this thing to last very long. Well, I hope for it to last a little bit long, but the money spent on stupid stuff like this is just really a waste. The whole car really is a waste, to be honest. But we're gonna keep plugging along and see what we can do with this thing. All right, I am ready to put the transmission on. I got the old release bearing out, put the Clutchmaster one in there, lightly cleaned up the inside of the transmission with a rag. So now I'm going to struggle putting this on while it's on the floor. Never that fun, really, but Oh man, it's so... Okay, the transmission went on slick as snot, honestly. I have a few things left to do. I decided I was going to hold off making the return line until it was actually in the car, so I don't have to... So I wasn't making something that was going to end up running into the axle, and I just jammed that fitting in there so oil wasn't... the residual oil wasn't pouring on the ground. But the transmission, for the most part, there's a couple bolts underneath that got to be done up. But that's it. So it's almost ready to go back in the car finally. So I'm sure the next part of the video you'll see us jamming it in, and looks like we're going to have to do quite a bit of massaging around the rain tray area to get this to fit in. But that's part of this project. We don't really care. So you probably by now have seen a video of this car. Depending on when this video comes out, that could already be tuned for all we know. And then we have a B7 A4 as well, with a big turbo setup on it that we're trying to find some problems with the running issues that it has. But yeah, so we're going to get to putting this thing in the car now. Clayton's here. And we have the 1AT starting to go back in. But as you can see, as we knew, there's going to be major clearance problems up in here, up in this area. So we're going to probably take a little bit of measurements, meaning just use a paint marker and scribe where it kind of needs to go. And we're going to hacksaw or plasma?
We're not going to plasma. Catch everything at 5.
We could plasma it this way though.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
So we'll use the recip or zip cut, something to cut that apart. If this, you know, endless adapters wasn't on here, this would be a completely different story. But
I don't know about that.
This, oh man, this is
Completely different story?
Yeah, this is up 6 inches, 4 inches,
That's
5
not 6
inches.
inches, man. That's like 2 inches.
This is 6 inches, isn't it?
How are we gonna get this shit out of the way?
Okay, well then,
There, it's out of the way.
no, we need to get it off. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Come on.
Yeah, well. There, now it's a hazard.
Okay, Clayton's got the better tools now. These are like more salvage yard
this is
tools.
an absolute hazard. Don't cut that off.
It won't be a hazard at all.
And then this bracket, there's no sense of... That's not a hazard either. Nice and soft.
Nice and clean.
Nice and clean.
Yeah, nobody's cutting their wrist on that at all. Okay, so I want to grab a Sharpie or the paint marker. Or not. So we'll need to cut out a lot. So let's start within this area here.
Smash with a hammer. Think we can massage it enough?
No,
You sure?
I'm sure. That's a lot of that needs to come out.
I don't know, man.
A lot of that needs to come out. We could potentially cut it down and then just beat it back, but it still needs to go out of the way. The hood needs to close, if it's gonna close. Okay, well, time to get this back.
That's where you marked it.
Yep, that's where it needs to go. It probably needs to go further than that. Okay. None of that is cool for my hands or for that. Okay. Here's the VIN for everyone. All right, as you can see, we got the engine in. And what I'm gonna do now is start running the wiring. I'm probably gonna run it just very loosely, hook everything up, but everything's probably not gonna go back exactly as it was in case I decide to put another engine in this, depending on how this one does. But we'll chat about that later on. As you can see, the turbo itself, it's a tight squeeze for what we had to work with, but really it took us like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes to get that all butchered and set in place. So now the wiring and then the axles and everything's already done. The mounts are all nice and tight. So now it's just to get the wiring done, and then we can start doing some of the fabrication stuff in a little bit. But the key thing right now is to get the wiring done and get the wastegate and start figuring out the downpipe and the charge piping and stuff like that. So Clayton's piecing together a amazing catch can setup. It looks like this is going to be really amazing.
It's not done yet. Look, see?
It's just starters. Okay, so what I got done so far is not so far, but now up to this point is we got most of the wiring all connected. I got the shifter assembly and the slave and everything all connected. I got the springs changed on the wastegate. As I said, it would have been probably like 25 pounds worth of spring pressure in there. It's now I have 40? No, I have 8 to start with. This for record. It's starting at 8 pounds. 8 pounds on a 3582. It should be pretty decent. Not enough. Not enough. You're right. You're right. Greg, who made this adapter piece for this manifold, he definitely cut it really close on the clearance to the cylinder head. Anyways, also got the injectors in, the adapter harnesses in. We still need to get some fuel rail pieces to complete the fueling system. We also need to do the return line. We're basically going to be doing all the lines at the same time. So we're going to do oil feed and oil return, and then all the fueling lines themselves kind of all at the same time once we get the remaining pieces that we're looking for. So right now we're just trying to get this buttoned up enough that we can get the red sport back on. So we'll be ready to start doing some fabrication. Well, how many pieces is it in?
It's multi-piece. It's like 3-piece wheels.
One piece there, one piece there. No, these are broken more too.
No, but like, are we keeping
Oh, this one. Should we leave that attached?
What about this? Like, this is actually broken.
We're gonna leave that piece. We're not replacing that.
Oh my God.
I know, man. Anytime I touch it, it's broken. So we're gonna put a new dipstick in it. Dipstick holder.
Dipstick tube?
Dipstick tube, yeah. Make sure that all goes down the oil pan too.
I tried.
I've already drained the oil, so whatever falls in there now is...
Is part of it? Well,
part
guess
of it,
what?
yeah.
This piece is in there now. I can't get it out.
No, we can try.
No, it's done. Okay.
No, we can't put the new one on with that in there.
No, I gotta pry a bit here. Here, look.
Oh, it looks like you got most of it out, actually. And whatever you didn't get out fell to the bottom.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Robbie says it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Should we heat this before we put it on, or should we break it?
Well, they always break every single time, so just put it on.
Don't heat it? Just break it?
Well,
I think heating them's the trick.
well then heat it. Heat it then. Does it have to cut?
It's malleable.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, see? It slipped right on.
Yeah, so she said.
No, she didn't. This is why we had to replace this?
Yeah, it's fragile. What did we get done?
We got lots done.
We got the engine back in, we got the rad sport on, we got the fans and everything connected. We got the injectors in, 2200 cc's. Obviously we got the turbo manifold. You guys would have seen all this in the throughout the video. Wastegate is on. Pretty much everything's ready to go. We don't have the ECU and stuff back in, but the next kind of stuff we need to do is related to fabrication and building all the fuel lines, the return, oil return, and feed line. And we're probably just going to come out the hood, I guess, with the up pipe and the dump tube. And then the front mount intercooler, we don't have the rebar on there yet, but we will get all that sorted once we decided to go with a different intercooler. I'm going to use a Vibrant intercooler on it instead of the one that we had for Kayla's car. What are we forgetting?
Well, we got lots to do still, but it's getting there.
So I think.
Oh, clutch. You went over the clutch.
Oh yeah, we put I did go over that. FX. That's in the video.
All right.
So the next stuff we're going to do, the next video is probably going to be the fabrication and then getting the car up and running, and then we're on the home stretch.
I wonder if people have been wondering where Ben is.
Ben's on hiatus right now.
Oh, we replaced him.
Oh, this is Ben?
That's Ben.
That's you when you're not here.
That's Ben.
Ben lent us the fuel rail though.
That's right.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
So now
we miss you.
we need to just got to do the fabrication stuff, and we're going to move on to getting this thing running and on the dyno. So, Clayton, are we forgetting anything?
Probably, but
It's time to wrap
till
it
next
up.
video. Yeah, wrap it up.
Thanks everyone for following along. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to ask them below. Let's see if we can hit 1,000 likes on this video.
Ooh, that's a
I
lot.
think the last one just clipped 1,000.
And I don't know if this video will come up beforehand, but we're getting really close to 15,000 subs too.
Yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe.
So like
and
20,000 subs. Come on.
yeah.
Before the end of the year.
Good, you're reaching. See you in the next video.
So where can people buy that hoodie that you're
Would you stop? This is called Salvation Army. It's not from Salvation Army, actually. This is an American Apparel hoodie. It's just, it shouldn't even be sold at Salvation Army. It's pretty cruddy.
And we got bins of this stuff. We got hoodies, we got hats, we got t-shirt, no, toques, or hats of some sort.
That's another hoodie.
We got, what is this? A hoodie?
Pullover. We never
Pullover
offered
hoodie,
those before.
And we got, what's this?
T-shirt.
That's a t-shirt. Where's the zip up? Where's the zip ups in there too? And stickers. We got it all.